Welcome to Cory Turner Talks Cars. And not too long ago, I did a video that asked a question, what do you want to see? What type of car videos do you want me to make? And a lot of you reached out. I got emails, I got comments. Thank you all so much. And Zines, that's Zines license plate right there, said he wanted to see shows about cars that the American car enthusiast doesn't know anything about, or at least ones they're not really familiar with. And he suggested that we do one on Troll automobiles. So special shout out to Zines for suggesting today's video. And I have to say it was a great suggestion because this is a really cool story. Now, if this is July 2020 that you're watching this video, remember we're giving away the $200 Amazon gift card. So be sure to watch at the end. I'm going to tell you how you can enter. It's super easy. But for right now, let's talk about the Troll automobile. So the Troll was a sports car made in Norway between 1956 and 1958. It was not named after that crazy hair little figurines or the dolls or the movie, of course that came much later, but instead after the company that made it, and its name was Troll Plastique and Bilindustri. I'm going to massacre some names here. It always happens anytime I try that, so no harm, and I'm not trying to embarrass anybody other than myself because it happens. So leave me in the comments. Tell me the ones I say wrong. But anyway, that's okay. The Troll was unique in many ways, and its story is one of politics, governments, and fish. Yes, I said fish. We're going to look at all of it, but first, let's talk about the car itself. So the Troll was a 2+2 sports car that was made out of fiberglass. So what's special about being made out of fiberglass? Lots of cars are made out of fiberglass. Well, that wasn't the case in 1956. As a matter of fact, really the only mass-produced car being made out of fiberglass was the Chevrolet Corvette. And when it came to Europe, well, really the only other car that was being made out of fiberglass at that time was the little two-cylinder, two-stroke glory, the Trabant out of East Germany. That was really the only other fiberglass car at the time. With fiberglass came the advantage of no rust. It was extremely lighter than the metals used at the time, and it was simple to produce, which meant a rust-free, lightweight, cheap sports car. Now that sounds like the recipe for success, but of course politics are going to get in the way and ruin that recipe. It happens. The Troll used a 700cc straight twin stroke engine sourced from the German company Gutbrod, but it did have Bosch fuel injection, so it had that going for it. The power plant produced 30 horsepower, a top speed of 80 miles per hour, which is not bad considering the 30 horsepower, and it got 47 miles per gallon, so that's actually pretty decent fuel economy. There were plans to give it a Saab engine, but that never actually happened. It put the power to the wheels via a 3-speed Herth transmission. The chassis also has ties to Gutbrod, as it was basically a Gutbrod Superior chassis that was stretched almost 6 inches. The Superior was a small car that was built between 1950 in 1954. The Troll looked sharp, and it was revealed to the press in October of 1956. Now that car was not a working prototype yet. They had the chassis, but it wasn't drivable, but it didn't matter to the press, as they started comparing the Trolls to brands like Citroen, Saab, and are you sitting down? Porsche. Yeah, that Porsche. It looked like the stars were aligning for the Troll. The only problem was, well, it was from Norway. And I'm not saying Norway doesn't have its car enthusiasts. I don't mean that in any way. But at the time, the country, well, they were a country all about selling fish. And if you're struggling to figure out how fish has anything to do with a really cool car, well, buckle your seatbelt because you're getting ready to find out. So Cole Larson was the engineer on the project. He got the molds from Germany, he got everything set up, and he was ready to bring the Troll to the world. As he started production, he ran into issues with the government of Norway. Of course, he needed a permit to sell the car. And one would think a country would be proud to be the home of a car that was mentioned in the same breath as Porsche. You would think that, but that wasn't the case. Norway would only allow 15 cars to be sold. So basically, Cole Larsen was given a permit that would allow him to deliver 15 trolls. Now, 15 cars doesn't fall into the mass production definition, nor would it make the company profitable. So needless to say, the troll was facing a major problem. That problem wasn't just Norway. In fact, that problem was the Soviet Union, Eastern Europe, and Norway. So the government of Norway had a barter treaty to buy cars from the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe. In exchange, the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe would buy fish products from Norway. The government of Norway was so concerned that their big export fish products would be in jeopardy if a domestic car started to sell well. So they couldn't afford to lose the fish barter treaty with the Soviet Union, so they clamped regulations on the troll. Now, Cole Larsen wasn't deterred. He began making plans to export the cars to Germany and Denmark. As a matter of fact, Finland and Belgium showed interest and actually reached out and wanted the car to be sold there as well. This all looked very promising, and plans to produce 2,000 cars a year were being made. Now, even with other countries being interested and plans to export the car, the fact that the Norway government was only going to allow 15 cars to be made started to make people very nervous. People like investors. And it was enough red flags that investors backed out. And so the troll was not allowed to fully start production, and sadly went bankrupt in 1958 with only 5 cars ever being produced. So Troll is a sad story of a really cool, unique, ahead of its time. It was going to be the only third car in the world being produced in fiberglass car that was destroyed by a fish. Okay, really government and politics and all of that, right? That's really what happened. And through history, we look at issues of amazing creative people who started car companies that ran into that. You had Tucker, you had DeLorean, you had Brinklin, and now we have Cole Larsen and the Troll. But it's an amazing story. It is a super cool little car. Would love to see one. There's only 5 of them produced, so that is a rare car to say the least. And Norway came very close to having a chance of a car company that could have done more. They had plans of a 2-seater. They had plans of putting that Saab engine in it, giving it more power. But sadly, it wasn't meant to be. So Designs, thank you so much for suggesting that we do a video on the Troll automobile. That was a great story. I learned so much. And so send me the next one. What's the next car we should look at? If there's a video you want to see about cars, or a type of car video you want to see, let me know. We'll go out there and make it, and I'll give you a shout out. Now, if this is July 2020 when you're watching this video, then we're having our contest right now for a $200 Amazon gift card, okay? So here's what you need to do. I need you to email me at Cory at CoryTurnerTalks.com, so Cory at CoryTurnerTalks.com, and tell me what car's chassis did they extend almost 6 inches to make the Troll. Came out of Germany. See if you can figure that one out and let me know. But be sure to email that to me. If you do that, then you're entered to win the drawing. We'll have the drawing at the end of the month. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and share. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Let's talk about cars tomorrow.